Have you noticed what happens? For example, you've been using an iPhone for a year. You thought you'd give it a try, but now you're ready to go back to Android. And when you go back to Android from using your iPhone, have you seen the way your friends reacted? Now, I'm going to get back to this here in a second. I know a lot of you are going to say, I really don't care what anybody says, what kind of phone I use. I'm my own person. I do my own thing. And look, I have nothing but respect for that. I have a lot of respect for that, actually. But here's the deal. You see these iPhones, right? Apple has made it a point to make you feel like you're actually part of something when you buy an iPhone. And it's because of that little iMessage right there. I know this is a United States thing. Only people in the United States are this crazy over iMessage. But Apple has actually turned this whole iPhone thing into like this. It's hard to explain it. Like it's almost like it's a herd mentality, a gang mentality, right? You see people standing in front of the iPhone, in front of the Apple shops, whenever a new iPhone is released, right? Now, of course, they weren't standing. I don't think people were standing in line for this. You never know, though. Apple fans are pretty wild and they're pretty passionate about their Apple products. But like I'm saying, say you've had an Android phone. Say you've used an Android phone and you switched over to your iPhone and you like your iPhone, but after a year, you got bored, right? Because you missed the features of your old Galaxy phone or something. So you went back. But let's just say you have a pretty strong social circle, and all of a sudden you're texting your iPhone folks with your new Galaxy, your new Android phone, and they're wondering, hey, what happened? Have you guys noticed that, by the way? Whenever you go from an iPhone to an Android and you start messaging people, like they don't just say, hey, are you using a new phone? They say stuff like, what happened? Did your iPhone break? Is everything okay? Like, I've noticed this, right? I'm a tech reviewer. I go back and forth, right? But it's gotten to the point where I have two lines now. I have my iPhone line and I have my Android line. But sometimes I will put my iPhone line on an Android. I'll switch over to an Android, right? And that's always the first thing that happens is everybody asks, am I okay? What happened? Where are you? Because the green bubbles just completely freaks them out. And like I said, this is only a thing in the United States. Other countries, people aren't crazy like this. They use other apps for messaging and it's not a big deal. But if you're using an iPhone and you're going to switch over to Android and you think your iPhone people are going to use a other messaging platform to talk to you, they're not going to. iMessage is it for iPhone users, period. Unless you live in another country, but in the United States, that's the way it is. So that's another reason. Good luck leaving the Apple ecosystem. Just good luck, because I've made other videos talking about, don't buy into all the Apple services. Well, this iMessage right here is free. All you got to do is buy an iPhone. You use iMessage. All of your iPhone, I got to talk more about this. All of your friends who use iPhones, they welcome you in. They're like, hey, welcome to the team. Welcome to the circle. Everyone's real pumped about it. Have you ever noticed when you go from an Android phone and you buy another Android, nobody even knows. Nobody even cares. Like, no one says anything. But the second you go from an Android to an iPhone, you get welcomed in with welcome. You get these you get welcome arms. Everyone welcomes you with welcomed arms, right? I hope I'm saying that saying right. You get welcomed, in other words. You're like, hey, welcome aboard. Welcome to the team. Everybody is so happy that you're using an iPhone. That's the reason they're not going to, you can leave. But man, leaving the Apple ecosystem comes with its own set of, yeah. And especially if you go and even if you buy some cheap Apple Watch, yeah, when you have you're setting your iPhone down, you're picking up your Android, you literally have to take off your Apple Watch. Yeah, there's just a lot of compromises. You're going to lose your iMessage friends. I mean, you're not losing them as friends, but yeah. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you think about this. Talk to me. How many of you have actually made the switch? I mean, say you have a lot of friends that use iPhones. Are they cool with you? How many of you have made the switch from the iPhone to an Android? Have your friends been nice to you? Are they cool with you? Or, I mean, when I say being nice to you, they're not giving you, hopefully they're not harassing you about using an Android now. But did you get those same questions that I got or that I get whenever I do that? When they say, are you okay? Did your iPhone break? Man, is there anything I can do to help? I mean, it's literally people flip out whenever they see that green bubble come across on the iMessage, So anyway, talk to me in the comments, people. I love it. I love the engagement. I love talking about This has been like my new thing, by the way, talking about escaping the Apple ecosystem. And I've tried to like escape the Apple ecosystem. The best thing I can do though is get another line with an Android and just enjoy the best of both worlds. All right, everybody. Bye.